I'm Felipe Silva. I am 26 years old. When I said I am a host here, but in Spanish. I'm from São Paulo. I'm studying technology, and I like so much uh, TNT for develop my language and then meeting another person. And that's it. Thank you.
Welcome here. I never been in your immersion, unfortunately. And I think it's a kind of the time, but I'm so glad you are here. And now I'm obligated to visit your immersion as well.
Okay.
Well, we see you there. Thanks. Welcome again. Make
Thank you so
yourself
much.
comfortable. And you, Maurílio, who are you?
Hi guys, that's my first time with you, Luan. That's a pleasure for me. But hi guys, my name is Maurílio. I have 24 years old, and I live in São Paulo, ABC. I like to practice sports and exercise my body. You know, at the gym is very important for me. So I like to, I don't know, watch series, watch films is very good too. And I like to stay with my friends. So I think that's all for me.
Perfect, man. Welcome here as well.
Thanks.
It's our first time that we talk. So make yourself comfortable. And it is what it is. There are more people coming. Just 1 second. And you, Larissa, who are you? Can you present yourself to us, please?
Hello guys, good afternoon. It's my first time with you again. With you. Call me Larissa, and I'm from Salvador, Bahia. I'm 22 years old in the university. I like to watch movies in my weekend. Yes, that's it.
Welcome here as well. Make yourself comfortable. The new people around, it's a kind of strange for me because I don't know that we have a, how I can say, and then a few people coming every Saturday. Like for example, my friend Sonia, bienvenida. Quem sua voz? Who are you, Sonia? Can you present yourself?
Gracias, Luan. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sonia. I am from Paraguay. So my native language are Spanish and Guarani. I speak a little bit of Portuguese too, because my husband is from Brazil and he taught me. I practice with him. I am psychologist, I am psychotherapist, and I am here in TNT since June. This is my 93 immersion.
And counting.
Yeah. Yeah, I do to be motivated.
Exactly. Thanks. Congrats for that. Really congrats. And it is what it is. Welcome here again. And another Saturday, another immersion. And last but not least, can you present yourselves for us, Lucas? Who are you? And can you open up the camera or something? I think he is connecting his audio. So 1 second. Ask him to unmute. Yeah.
Hello, guys. All right, sorry, it's my internet is so bad, and I am trying to do this class by my cell phone. So, are you hear me? Okay.
Perfectly.
Thank you. My name is Lucas. I live in Contagem, Minas Gerais. I am 30 years old, and I am software developer. I have been studying talking more than 1 year. This is my second year, but I have been away and now I come back. I like to work out a lot, walking, running with my dog. I like to swim. I swim every day, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure as well. Welcome here. Make yourself comfortable. And you, Isabel, who are you? Can you present yourself to us, please? Listening? Oh, all right. Let me ask to in your turn. While we waiting, let me put to you the questions, guys. So 1 second. We are going to talking about the process of learning, but I forgot to present myself, so sorry. My name is Luan. I'm from Pará. Let's say Pará State, but I've been living in Ribeirão Preto. I'm a pharmacist. So the people on Talking Talk is about TE, technology. I'm a pharmacist, so I'm a health professional. And I'm doing my master's degree here at the university. And it's a pleasure to be a host here and grow up, development, and get better, get my skills up with all of you every Saturday. So for me, it's a pleasure. And it is what it is. Let me split up all of us in the breakout rooms so the conversation maybe flows better. So let me recreate the rooms. Let me exchange. Just 1 more second, please. Yes. Perfectly. So I open all the rooms. So if you are saying invite, please accept. And once there, you chose a leader and start talking. The questions is on the chat. Let me copy the questions again, just for a moment, for a while. Yeah. Yes, perfect. Here we are. So let's talking about the process of learning, and it's about exactly learning of and a language. So the question number 1, we already answer. Introduce yourself, say something good. And the question number 2, I'm about to learn this one. So why do I want to learn a language? So it can be Spanish, Guarani, Portuguese, and English, German, in my case, for example. Why do I want to learn a language? Maurílio, can you answer this one?
Yeah, I was muted. Yeah, I think I want to learn English, for example, because I like that language. Is the most language of the world. Is the most famous, no? And I like so much the language in English. And I think I want to learn because I want to speak with the other peoples, talking to other peoples, and in English is very easy. I think is like I said, is the first language of the world, and that's because I want to learn. I think that's it.
I think there's a good reason. Let's
Yeah.
ask someone that's about that. For example, Diane, why do you want to learn a language? Can be whatever.
I have a geographical freedom. and
That's very good. That's very great.
To be able to travel, I can communicate without problems, and I think that's it.
Yeah, there's a good one talk. It reminds me, I already said in another immersion. Last month I went to Rio de Janeiro and I just heard more English than Portuguese. People on the street speaking. That was really nice. And you, Sonia, why do you want to learn a language? In the case you live in a bilingual country, so why learning another one?
In my case, I want to learn specifically English because I nowadays English is very important. You have a lot of information in English, and you can access more information, especially in my case about my profession. And it's important to me know the English, to read books, articles, to can communicate with other people, colleagues or friends, maybe. Knowing learning English nowadays, I think is necessary because all the things are in English, the instructions, almost everything. It's very important, and for me, it's very important can communicate with other person. It's a reason that I learned Guarani too, because when I was child, and the adults didn't speak Guarani with the children. I don't know why. I don't know why. So I could learn Guarani, and I tried to listen with the employees of my house. I talk with them, and I learn in that way. And nowadays, I speak Guarani perfectly, and also I did psychotherapy in Guarani. I don't know if another psychologist here in Paraguay did or do psychotherapy in Guarani. It is very important because here in Paraguay, most of the people don't speak Spanish. They understand, but don't speak, just speak Guarani.
You have an amazing job. I already say to you about that. And I think it's a kind of shame for us because Guarani is our native language of Brazil as well. So we shouldn't be able to learn. But it's unfortunately we cannot. There's another topic of discussion, but a really nice one, and enjoy it. Your answer. Our next one is about what language do I want to learn, for example. And I continue and ask to you, what language do you want to learn instead of perhaps Guarani and English? Do you have another desire to learning another foreign language?
Me?
To you, yeah, exactly, to you.
In my case, I don't know if I want, but I need to learn French because I need the passport. My husband has the French nationality because his father was French, and so I to have the passport, I need speak a little of French and have an interview with the people of the embassy, I think, and I need to learn French. And what else? Another language that I would like to learn is Yiddish. It's a language that Jewish people talk. It's kind of Guarani because it's a speaking language. It's not a reading language. And we use in English a lot of words in Yiddish, but the most of people don't know it's English. I would like to learn, but I don't know who can teach me.
Really good one. And you, Daiane, what language do you want to learn besides English? Do you have any idea?
I want to learn Spanish and maybe German.
You're from Santa Catarina, so Germans, they are here in
Yes, my location is immigrants, Austriac. I don't know.
That's okay.
Okay.
But it's a good one. I think it's the most German cities are in Santa Catarina, so it's very good, a good learning, a good language to learn. And I'm struggling fighting with German because it's really hard for me, but still gotta use it. Hello, willkommen. It's a good one. And you, Maurílio, what language do you want to learn? Do you want to learn besides English, if you have one?
My desire in that case is to learn it. I forget. In my case, I like to. I want to. I want to become a polyglot. Yeah, polyglot. I like so much to communicate myself with other people. In my last job, I'm working. I don't know if you know 25 de Março. You know, have a lot of people with talking in Spanish, talking in English. It's very nice, and I don't know to talking in Spanish, but I know a little to talk in English. It's very cool because I can to communicate myself with other people. You know, so I like it so much. This I really like. It's very good to communicate myself and know what the people says to me. You know, so I want to learn Spanish, Germany, English, Mandarin. Is For me is very important to learn a lot of language. That's only to that's one because I want to become a polyglot, you know.
Exactly, because we share the same desire. I want
Yeah,
to become a polyglot.
yeah.
And the next one is going to be Arabic. Arabic to me,
Oh, Arabic is
one
very
day,
difficult or not?
one day, I just know quite words in Arabic, but French sometimes, or Quechua, indigenous
That's
language.
very cool. That's very cool.
And
I was very I was have a experience for one couple of guys to become for my job, and they talking in Spanish in English, but in Spanish I don't know so much. It's so little, and but when they talk in English, I understand. So, but they not know. I understand it. They so so
I know.
when they start to speak and talk with each other, I know what they say. So he make a joke, for example, and I smile. When I smile, he look to me and you
Got it.
learn English, you talk in English. I a little. My English is not so good, but I try, and
Don't
that's very
worry,
great. It's a good
you're
experience
doing
for me.
perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
We understood you very
It's
well
not
here.
perfect, but I know, and that's a good experience for me, and I become excited for learning about the other language and communicate myself with other people. That's very good.
Nice to you, man. Really nice to know that. And getting this kind of this kind of question. Our next one is about how much time am I prepared to commit it? How much time you're, how I can say, give you for to learning
Give
a
myself
foreign
to
language.
learn.
give myself and how much time is about in hours per day,
Yeah.
minutes per day. Então, quanto tempo tu tá disposto a ceder para aprender?
Spend for this. Yeah.
Exactly. And I ask you, how much time you are preparing to commit, minutes per day, hours per day in the language?
I have a app, Duolingo. I don't know, you know. Duolingo is very good, and practicing Duolingo is very good too, because that's very good for my grow up my English, perfect my English. And I have a girlfriend. I go married with her, and
Congrats.
thanks. She's want to learn English too, and she's how can I say? She's playing Duolingo too, and we practice with each other. You know, when she's come my home, we talk in English all the moment, and that's very great for me, because a lot of my time is learning English and hearing English. You know, I suppose myself to practice all the day, but I don't have energy for this. But it's very great when I talk in English with her. It's very good.
But we've been doing the same in my home. Girlfriend knows to language, so we're doing exactly the same.
Yeah.
And you
Healthy
learn
practice.
how much time to prepare to commit. So I don't have a question, but how many time do you understand? How many time you are giving you for learning your language? That's, for example, English. Listen. Are you listening, Diane? Are you listening? Perfect. Aqui you're muted.
Okay. I'd like to dedicate more time, but at the moment, it's difficult with the routine and of work, children, and the house to look after. But I dedicate what time I can in this moment.
That's perfect. That's a better than not learning. So if there is not someone is not learning, you're already ahead. So you're dedicated.
Yes, I also like Duolingo because it forces you to practice for at least a few minutes. I think that's it.
Perfect. You're forcing, you're gonna get over, and that's the most important thing that we have to do. I think I skipped one question. Sorry, so but whatever. And you, Sonia, how much time you're preparing to commit? How much time you're doing yourself for learning a language?
In my case, I schedule 2 immersion a day, and I try to respect it too. And so I talk 2 hours a day, and sometimes we practice with my husband too. And he asked me about my immersion, the subject, how was your immersion, and we practice a little bit together. And I use Duolingo too. It's good for grammar or vocabulary, and I use a lot of I don't know how to say the courses here in Tocantins in the community, and we have a lot of materials to study, and I choose the materials about the subject that I think I need to study more. And also, I practice my listening, watching series, trying to read the subtitles, and I I dedicate a lot of time nowadays in my English, to my English.
Really good one. And I believe that exactly the same for me. And I started with Duolingo, and I'm still using Duolingo. Duolingo is perfectly easy. Manter a ofensiva, keep the streaks, this is perfectly. And I started to talk and started to just hang out with friends on Discord and try to get better. Made a lot of mistakes. I'm still making a lot of mistakes every time.
Yeah.
Right now I'm making a mistake in my speech, but whatever, it's okay. People understand you. And now I'm just trying to read some books. It's about reading some papers in my area. It's about health sciences. It's about researchers. And I think that is, you will never be perfectly. Speak again. And when immersion ends, I watch myself on YouTube, and you can do it exactly the same. And you can see where you made mistakes. Oh, here, I my speech, I did it all wrong. And I think it's still helpful for all of us. And it's about that, how quickly do I want to learn a language? So if you have a plan to learning, myself, I planned to learn Spanish in 1 year, and I'm struggling to be in the intermediate 3.5 years, or I'm planning to learn English in 1 year or Guarani in 2 years. So what is about your plan, and how quickly, how years, how months? Diane, how quickly do you want to learn a language? If your case, for example, if you have.
In my case, as soon as possible.
As soon as
But
possible.
but I'd like to download it and speak it quickly as possible.
Quickly as possible.
Yes.
I planned 2 years, but
Oh,
I think it's to be here, for example, in where currently am I, 1 year was perfectly, but I don't know if you guys, but I started learning English at the pandemic. I was without job, without anything, and I'm starting to learn a language because I was freaking out. That's about, oh, I'm going to die. COVID is getting closer, so let's learn a language. And I fell in love. I'm not sure if you had this exactly experiences, but I think it saved me. And you, Maurílio, how quickly do you want to learn the languages you're learning?
I want to learn the language fluency totally tomorrow. That's a joke. I don't know, man. I start to learn in English in 2014, and I'm stuck desde aquela data. Eu comecei em 2014, mas eu parei de aprender desde aquela data. But in 2018, I start to learn again about watching films, series, and my English is totally about series and films, and I start to practice more my English in a TNT, and I want to learn fluency in English. I don't know, like in 1 year.
1 year.
I believe is very good.
It's a good one. There's a good topic, and I believe it's exactly the same. We have to I believe you may
It's
have
not
that.
it's not so difficult for me. I have a familiarity with English. It's a lot of people have a really difficult to learn that language, but for me it's very simple. I don't know. Like I say, I start to learn English with series. I don't know if you know Game of Thrones. I
Really good
ha-
one.
I have a I am a great fan for Game of Thrones, and I watched 2 times that series. Is very good. In my English is grow up like this, just listen and learn. So I don't know. I have a facility so in to talk in English and to learn. So just I focus myself and study. I believe in 1 year is a great is a good date.
Mm, yeah, good one. You have a facility. For some, there are people that they don't facility to learn and or
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't appreciate it. Some language that I don't appreciate English. I think it's helpful, but it's our Portuguese, our Spanish, our other ones I appreciate it so much because they are, I think that's a beautiful. That's so much better. But I recognize and glad to hear you have a facility to learn. Think it's
Yeah, for me that's
half a
very
plus.
good. Yeah, it's very good language. I like to the model of all the people says. It's very beautiful for me. So that's I don't know. It's, I have a facility for this.
Really good one. And you, Sonia, do you have a facility to learn? How much time do you spend in learning your language that you already know?
For yesterday. I am very anxious, but
Me for
now
tomorrow, but
I
you yesterday.
my 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 mind changed since I start here in TNT because I'm very perfectionist and I don't like to make mistake, and that is impossible when you are learning anything. And I don't speak more Portuguese because I try to don't make mistake, and so it is not good to learn English. You have to practice and making mistakes, and then over time you go to correcting your mistakes. And I don't know if I have a deadline. I am very happy with my improve in this month since June, July, and August, now it's September. I am very happy with my advances in English. And I don't have a headline, deadline. I don't know, meta. Uh, uh, but I want to start French in 2 or 3 more months. Maybe I will start to learn French, and I will continue with English, of course.
Yeah, and it's divide time is for me is the worst. So I divide times in Saturday Spanish, Sunday German, Monday is English. So divide times for me is more difficult. But
Yes, I asked to my husband who speaks French, English, Portuguese, Spanish, and Italian, and
what
I
polyglot?
asked her, yeah, I I I think you are polyglot if you speak 8 language. I don't know if he is polyglot. He has very skilled, good skill to learn a language. And I asked for him. It's good to me start French while I'm studying English, And he said, you can try. It depends on you.
Exactly, depends on your time, your learning process, facility. Oh, I think it depends on you. And our next one is about method. It's about your method. For example, so you three, you four, we four here. We have the three of us here. We have different methods to learning, and what the learning method is the best to you, in you personally, as a single human, for example. Diane, do you have a special method to learn? Do you don't like more this or that one?
I like very much. I prefer to learn doing or practicing. And online, for me, it's better.
Like online classes, online talking
Yes,
talk.
yes. For me, this is better method better.
That the method is better, and that's for me is a was difference. That's time to change, but for me is a was difference. But I'm willing to learn, to hearing other responses. So Maurílio, to you, what is the best method of learning?
I developed my English more um, when I have a particular part that is particular. I don't know. Professor particular teacher. I don't know. When I have a particular teacher, I develop my English a lot because when I make mistakes, like Sonia says, I'm a perfectionist too, and I don't like to make mistakes. It's very difficult for me. I prefer to speak in Portuguese correctly when I speak in English wrong, and that's very difficult for me. But when I have a teacher, particular teacher, one-to-one, is very easy for me because what I have to say is, how can I say televisão in English? Televisão in English is TV. So I watch TV. I watch TV when I pass, I don't know, Avengers, and for me it's very easy. It's more simple. That's because all my I don't know what how can I say dúvidas. I forget the word. Mas todas as minhas dúvidas eu tirava na hora. So that's very cool. And in the second place, watch series and films is very good. Listen music too is very important for me. That's because that's become me more familiar with the language, So that's the two topics. The first you learn with a teacher. That's very cool. That's very important. And watch film series and this 30 em terceiro lugar, to practice your English with other people, like Diane says. Here in Talking Talk is very cool. That's for that reason, I can practice my English with the other people and learn in this process, So I think that's all. That's all for me. That's the 3 points for me.
That's for me, for example, it's completely different. I wouldn't be able to learning for a particular professor because I'm very shy. So imagine.
But you don't have time to stay here.
But this is different. This is different. We have more people. We have Sonia. We have Diane.
Face to face is very difficult for you.
Face to face. Imagine you and starting at someone.
Yeah.
Hi. It is I'm shy
For
person.
me, is so good, man, because all the shame get out. You know, I don't know. I don't have a shame to correct myself. You know, or you correct me. Yeah, that's very good for me because it's the method for I learn. You know, so that's really curious about you.
Exactly, but I believe it's another on
Yeah.
internet easy, in person. I'm
Online
still get
on
some
YouTube
time.
is easy for you. Live on
Exactly.
YouTube.
And YouTube is watching us right now.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people watching you, but you don't have shame.
Yeah, because I'm not learning, not I'm not viewing them, not viewing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
And
different.
yeah,
and you, Sonia, what learning method is the best for you? Reading, listening, or something.
For me, the best method is this one. That way, what we are doing now is the best for talking. I at the beginning, before I start here in Talk and Talk, I was afraid because it's a platform from Brazil, and I want to speak Portuguese and English and immersion for beginners. And but it's not a difficult at all. I think now I improve my Portuguese too because I automatically change with I don't speak English. I automatically change to Portuguese, and it's good for the two languages for me. But in English, I have a base. I know the basic things, grammar and some vocabulary and and I take classes like Mauricio said with a particular teacher, and I didn't like it. It was very boring for me, and so didn't learn much. And I think now I'm learning much more. And of course, I help with listening music and take note of the words that I don't know and use the translator, the Google Translator. I use a lot of Google Translator and practicing is the best for me.
Exactly. I believe they're exactly the same. For example, that I didn't have a professional, but I think I could be boring. So I think learning a kind of grammar and use it. Watching a Hill from Talking Talk or Hill from Instagram that's about one content, how to say hello, how to say phrase, and get in the process, learning language, make mistakes. I believe that there's the better there's a better way to learn. But another one here we have what kind of sorry, go ahead.
No, when I worked in a bilingual school, I started to study English in a company here in Paraguay in an academy, very famous and very expensive there in Paraguay, and I have to buy both books, like big books, and the teacher, the principal of the school, she is a bilingual, she's native in English, and she asked me, do you want to communicate with other person or do you want to learn to write a book? And it is not necessary. A lot of grammar you can learn while you learn stuff. You need to talk, and I think she's right. I have the proof now.
Exactly. I believe 100% about that. I hate grammar. I hate grammar in any language. I believe we would be able and free to speak like we learn. That's the kind of process. Last one, what if I don't have time? What if you don't have enough time? I believe we don't. 24 hours a day, we don't have much time, but what if you can do what the another ways to how we can improve our language, improve your acknowledgement if you don't have much time, Diane? Thank you.
Very difficult question.
If you have very difficult, my job is done. I always say that.
Oh
You have
God.
difficult because my job here is to get difficult to you to create a answer and answer. That's the
Thinking
way
about
we
the answer.
get better.
Great job. Great job.
Well done.
Ay, I and that's a problem for me. I've been trying to solve, trying to organize my day, myself, and more to see if there's more time left, I think. But I don't know. I don't have idea about a time for necessary about dedicate in English, in learning English or another idiom.
That was a great, I believe there's a great answer. Thanks for that. Congrats, because came up with idea. Sometimes it's not easy, but you did it so well. And you, Maurílio, what if you don't have enough time?
If I don't have time, like I say, I just put music in the earphone, and listen, because if I don't have a time, I don't know. For example, if I have a lot of job to make, I just put my earphones and listen to music. It's not so much better than practice my English, but that's one way to practice. I think is um, I think is I think that's exactly what I want to do. If I don't have a time for practice, I don't know. Like then Diane says, it's very difficult, but I don't know. I just listen to music, play a song.
I believe I didn't, and I put my phone in English, struggling yet.
Yeah. I have an experience for this. I put my phone in English, but I don't help me. It's very, I don't know. It's very common for me, and this is not helping me. Just difficult my life. That's because I translate everything I learn, but I don't help me. So I will put a music and the listening, and that's great.
It's a better. And you, Sonia, what if you don't have enough time?
Oh, yeah. If I had to cancel my immersion for job or for some other things, I feel so bad because I enjoyed a lot the immersions. So when I have to cancel, I need to cancel. I use my Duolingo. I read some articles or papers about my area, and I take notes of the words that I don't know the meaning. and practicing with my husband and watching series. We have a lot
I'd be doing that.
of ways to practice. And sometimes we can't talk 1 hour a day or 2 hours in my case, but I have another ways to practice.
Indeed, we have. And the guys are back. So Larissa, Felipe, Lucas is trying to connect his audio yet, but he's here. Everything all good? Did you fight? Did you try to struggle, make network?
Yeah,
Everything was all right?
the immersion is amazing. I like so much with Larissa, Lucas, and Isabelle, and I am learn more very well with us.
Great to know that. And you, Larissa, everything's all right?
It was good immersion. I was having 2 hours to learn new vocabulary, so it was good.
Good to know that. Here we did not have, but we didn't answer all the questions. So as I always say, you can copy them, you can practice. It's on the planner. Practice in the mirror. Practice with your husband, children, your dog, something, whatever you want. And it is what it is. Like I say to Diane, if you have any difficult to answer or share experience or something, or struggling, your mind is stopped, it's your goal here. Your goal here is make you understand, but make you fight with the language, try to come up with the answers, share experience, share networking. I don't know, looking for your friends, LinkedIn or Instagram or something. And it is what it is. Before I forget, I always forget the survey. You can do your suggestions. You can criticize me. You can say something good, say something bad. Came up with idea. You can do your suggestions that wants to how I can be better, how we can improve talk, how we can improve immersions. And I believe that our time is up for today. Next Saturday I will be here at the same hour, the same immersion, sometimes the same guys, and the next Saturday. And I believe what it is. Thanks for that. I'm glad you guys here in this immersion. Diane, Sonia, as always, Larissa, Maurílio, Felipe, and Diane as well. Our first time. And it is what it is, guys. See ya next week, I hope, or in the next few days, or on LinkedIn, on social media. So, bye-bye.
Great.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
guys,
Bye.
thank you so much.
Nice
Thank you.
weekend.